Welcome back for another episode of From the Collection, where we dive into all the games I have in my collection. This time we're looking at a classic from Psygnosis. That's right, it's Wipeout, the PlayStation's premier hover racing game. Wipeout was one of the earliest games released for the console, and many early demo discs often included a Wipeout demo. Wipeout is a single-player game, but it does offer multiplayer via link cable. There are 7 courses, 2 championships, and 8 hovercrafts split amongst 4 racing teams. Let's join the Venom Championship and start with the courses. Ultima is the first course of the game, and if you've ever played the demo, it is very recognisable. A simple track with mostly easy curves and a high jump, making for a memorable course. As expected, this course is very easy to come first on. Following that is Carbonis, which takes place in a forest. There's slightly more tricky turns here, but overall still an easy track. Terramax is next. And while it seems like another forest course, there's a bit more industry going on here, along with a couple of tricky jumps. After that comes Corridera, and this is where things really start to get challenging. This course takes place deep in an industrial sector, and there's lots of sharp turns to master, as well as some parts where the track splits. Aridos 4 is where the game really starts pushing my skills to the limit though. Taking place inside a rocky canyon, the other competitors do not hold up here. You need to be able to master the sudden twists in order to succeed on this one. The championship ends with Silverstream, which is a frozen course with plentiful sharp turns and split paths. Only Wipeout pros will be able to master this one. Now that we've seen the courses, let's talk about the racing teams. There are 4 teams, each has 2 pilots, and each pilot gets their own craft livery. We have AG Systems, featuring John Decker and Daniel Chang. Their craft is great for beginners, easy to control, with decent acceleration and turning. Oricom Research, with Ariel Tetsuo and Anastasia Cherkovsky. Their craft is quick but heavy. Curex, featuring Kel Solar and Arian Tetsuo. Their craft is the fastest, but has poor acceleration and can't turn quickly. And Phasar, with Sofia De La Rente and Paul Jackson. Their craft is the slowest, but it can turn on a dime. Each team, craft and pilot are given lots of detail in the game's manual, for those of you who are really into Wipeout lore. Let's talk about the music. Most of Wipeout's soundtrack was composed by Cold Storage, with a couple of songs from other bands such as Left Field, Orbital, and the Chemical Brothers. This music is very nostalgic to me, and is a prime example of mid-90s electronica. And, with many other PS1 CDs, you can pop the game CD into your computer or other CD player device to play the music straight off the disc, which means you can even rip the music off the CD using your preferred music player app. A couple other things to cover before I wrap this up is this game does not have any autosave feature, and as such you are required to access the options menu every time you need to save your progress, as well as load your progress whenever you start up the game. Speaking of progress, if you're able to complete the Rapier Championship, you'll unlock a secret new course. Yeah, Wipeout's a fairly short game, but it was the first game in the series and one of the first releases for the PlayStation. The difficulty can certainly be unforgiving, since while you do have access to power-ups, you can't destroy your opponents, you can only briefly slow them down. It does feel really good to pilot one of those hovercraft though, and the fact that each pilot has their own unique craft livery within their team is a very nice touch. That's why this game has found its way into my, and indeed many others, collections. If you want to play it on modern systems today, There are a couple of source ports available for the Windows version, known as Wipeout Phantom and Wipeout Rewrite. Thanks for watching. You can find a video on the Demo 1 series on my channel, where you'll find the first demo disc to contain the demo for Wipeout. And of course, there's plenty other videos covering demo discs here. Look in the description for a link to my Discord, and there's also a link down there to join the channel as a member, giving you access to some special benefits. I'm the Advocate. Now who wants to 1v1 me in this game?